Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Charlamagne the God over here.
Maybe.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Straight Spitters Podcast. You got your host, David Reckless. Monty Locks at your service right here. And
Yes,
today we got an incredibly special guest, okay? This guy's incredibly special.
Yo, this guy is my mentor. He been with, he's my big dog. You know me? I had to observe. He said, hey, you stay on the porch. You ain't coming off the stoop yet. I got my boy, my mentor, my brother, who been teaching me the game, Flippin Murph.
Flippin Murph.
Got a lot of sauce on that, but
Hey, I'm just trying to get you your flowers, big bro.
Yo, for sure, man. You gotta give them when they're deserved. And, you feel me? So my guy, Flippin Murph, we actually go back, man. We go back, from the beginning, man. Back when I was a little pup, you know what
I'm telling you, everybody big, bro.
man, I've been around the world a long time.
But this is a really, special, this is an honor for me to even have you on the show, for real. All right, so why don't you go ahead and, break it down? What do you do? What's your thing? You know what I mean?
Give us a quick intro, man.
I do a little bit of everything, man. Like my Instagram, flippin.murph.
Okay.
And essentially that's just who I am. Like I've been flipping everything since I was a kid. When I was 6, 7 years old, I was flipping goldfish to the neighborhood.
Oh, mini Warren Buffett out here.
Yeah. So my sister, she had a fish tank full of fish, and she didn't know what to do with them. So I bagged them up and sold them to the kids.
Oh.
And so I've been doing that since I was 6, 7.
All right,
And
man.
ain't stopped.
Natural born
hustler.
hustler. Natural born hustler.
Yes.
Man. That's where we got that similarity right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you what I started flipping. At a young age. But I'm right there with you. You know what I mean? So you say you do a little bit of everything. But what's your favorite? How about that? What's your favorite way to make money beyond flipping?
Really, man? I can't say that I got a favorite. You know what I mean? Really for me, as long as I can do something to have time on my hands, I'm going to do it. And so...
most precious commodity right there is time.
Yeah, the money, I ain't got a lot of it, but the money really don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to an end to have time on your hands, especially with a 6-year-old boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I care about. As long as I can, if I deliver groceries on the side too. Okay. I don't care what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if I could go deliver some groceries to make a couple of dollars to free up some time, then that's what I'm gonna do.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So I ain't really got a favorite way to make money. It's a means to an end, man.
I heard that.
I definitely understand that, man. Especially having my son. So it gives you perspective. It's I got something to live for. I got something to protect. I got something to work for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. And it's real easy to lose sight of what's more important between time and money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That one of the biggest myths I heard growing up is time is money. Y'all remember hearing that? Come on, time is money. Come on.
Yeah.
But actually, nah, man. Time is definitely worth more than money. As I got to grow and mature.
Yeah.
I see that now.
Perspective, man.
Yeah, I mean. I finally learned to zoom out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Especially, that's actually a good segue from one of our first questions for you, on Flippin Murph. You recently talked about 90 Days to Live, and also watched the video too. So can you break that down for the people? Break down what brought you to this 90 Days to Live, or can you go ahead and explain that for us?
So essentially, it's really 6 months to live.
6 months.
Which is cliche. A lot of people say, live like you got 6 months to live. But it's hard to really put that into perspective a lot of times, because if nobody really told you got 6 months to live, it's hard to act like you got 6 months to live. So really, what I had to do is figure out who I really am. And it comes to a point to where you're sick and tired of not achieving what you know you can achieve. And so the mentality came about because...
that's Jules right there.
Yeah, it's real though. You're not really going to reach what you can reach until you're sick and tired of yourself. You're sick and tired of being lazy. You're sick and tired of, doing the things that don't matter. Like I still like PlayStation.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So I still play the games with the boys and everything, but it comes a point in time when you're sick of daydreaming about what you want to be. And that's what pushes you to believe. Yeah, it pushes you to think like, okay, let me really get this stuff done. And so that's really what it came down to, is like, yo, like I know what I am. Certain people know what I am, but it's just time to put your reality into the world. And so 6 months to live, and like to this day, 6 months for me was this past Sunday. That's why I had to reschedule. Like I had to pitch. I pitched my nonprofit foundation that I'm starting to like almost 300 people.
Whoa.
Came in first place and won the grant. 6 months to the day.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
So,
big thing. Big moves.
I was just saying. So I got my first grant.
Wait.
Don DeMarco.
I hate to interrupt, because you was on a roll right now.
I know. Like,
I ain't even trying to get a word in, but yo, so could you break down this nonprofit you said?
Okay,
God.
so the nonprofit is called Trippin. And essentially what that is about fostering relationships between dads and their kids. If we really think about it, dads don't have help beyond the fact of, if you don't have means and you don't have money, you about to go to jail for child support.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Or you doing well enough to where you don't need no resources. But for the people like myself, the middle class, you don't get nothing.
Yeah.
And so
That's
really,
true.
I'm putting together a foundation that's going to help out the middle class dad. You know, the lower income, the high income, is for everybody, but specifically it's for the cats that is doing what they can do, living check to check, trying to get by. We're going to give them some real resources, and we're going to provide a space for them to go. If locally, we're going to get together as dads and their kids, have fun.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because people, the reaction that I get from when me and my son are on Instagram after a haircut, they like, oh, y'all need a YouTube and all of this. And I'm like, yo, I know a lot of good dads. But, you know, we don't get seen. And so that just led me to be like, you know what, let me create something so dads can really be seen out here. And that's essentially what it is. So Dad's Trippin'. We're going to take trips locally, and if it's something longer than an hour away, we're going to get on the charter bus and we're going to go.
Man, like, that's the epitome of beautiful.
Hey,
bro.
man, I appreciate that, man.
Yo, like, that is beautiful. Wow.
It's going to change the scope for a lot of men.
Wow, like, bro, like, that's dynamic, bro, on so many different levels, bro. And, like, man, like, I'm lost for words. Like, bro, kudos to my guy.
Don DeMarco.
It's going to change the scope, man. And essentially, being an entrepreneur, like, I'm creating a job for myself right now. You know what I mean? Like,
you found the void and you're filling it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm creating a job for me.
Okay.
I want the money too at the end of the day, and so why not create this to where I could really be doing something, making an impact.
I really like that, man, because
there ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Nah,
bro, you get to help people and you know, live abundantly.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing.
Dads get disrespected on the level that's unheard of, man. And so, like, my goal is really gonna be to put us out there in the forefront to show, like, we love our kids just like anybody else, you know. Moms get all the resources. Shout out to moms. Y'all need the resources. But we need some resources too.
Right.
For real. Come on.
I definitely respect that. I definitely, like, when I be out with my son, when it's just not me, like, as a family, but just me and my son, and people really do be like, oh, that's your son? And I was like, yeah, that's my son. Like, and they're just, like, surprised to see, like, a black man with his son walking around, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like, and I live in Grove City, so I'd be walking around, you know, Grove City, and then like them little old ladies, they legit be slowing down, like, he's so precious. I'm like, thank you.
You're right. But you know, it's funny because about a year ago, one of my friends I went to high school with, he had a diaper party. And, like, men don't really do men don't do diaper parties, but so we got together. It was probably almost 20 men. We was at Penn's Mechanical at Easton. And so when it was time to leave, and these is like ex-football players and stuff too, so they big guys. Okay. And so everybody had like 3 or 4 bags and boxes of diapers, and we walking through Penn's, and everybody's like, wow. Like, they can't believe, like, that black men are carrying diapers through this joint. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, we do this too.
Wow.
And so that type of stuff needs to be seen, man.
I ain't even never heard of diaper party, man.
Me either, man. I be changing diapers, but I ain't no diaper party.
So that's a thing that's really reserved for women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we need those same things. Like, because economically, diapers are expensive.
Yes.
So why wouldn't we throw a diaper party for a man? Because it is what it is.
Wow.
Man, listen, I went to get some wipes the other day. John, man, I spent $25, $30 on some wipes, man. And them suckers only got me like, man, how much was it? Like maybe like $160. But like, you feel me? And to get a box, you gotta like drop like $50, $60 for a box, for a full box.
You should have had a diaper party, man. You'd have still had that.
I ain't know that part. Right. Hey, the more you know.
Man, that's freaking great, yo. So, like, I feel like that's like also another awesome segue to another question we got for you. All right, so what are some goals that you have for 2022 that you wish to, that you like to accomplish going into 2023?
You're like your big, like, two or one big goal that,
or small goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's a very great question. Yeah.
You know, it's hard to really pinpoint any particular goal, and really because for me, it comes at a daily basis. Like, I'm just trying to make it through the day, essentially. You know what I mean? And I got things that I see in my brain, but I can't even really focus on those until I do what I gotta do today.
okay.
And so it's really, I break it down like this. We know eventually what we want to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got an idea of who we are 5 years from now. We don't exactly know what it looks like.
Right.
But all we really know is that if we don't execute today, we not going to get there. And so for me, I got a commercial cleaning company, right? I've been doing that for like 6-7 years. But that really came about because of a guy gave me an opportunity. He seen, I went up to him like, yo, if you know anybody that's looking for this type of service, let me know. He called me the same night, like, I got something for you.
Ooh.
Shout out to him. I'd be forever grateful. But the reason why I got that opportunity is because this particular man handled his business years ago. You know what I'm saying? And so I look at it like that. If I'm not doing what I need to be doing right now, I'm not going to be able to help somebody that's 4 or 5 years old right now, 10, 15 years down the road. And so I just try to do what I can every day, man. Like,
so you're able to pass it along.
Yeah, man, because imagine, for this, like this example that I'm giving, imagine if this particular man didn't start his business 40 years ago. He would have never been able to help me. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to do what I'm doing today.
So you can help someone.
So I can help. It might be your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a person that's not even born yet. You know what I'm saying?
But you're right.
Right. So you
my man playing Doctor Strange and
I'm just saying, like, we don't see the importance of like really executing every day. Like, so if you execute every day, your goals are gonna materialize. You know what I'm saying? So I want to have the nonprofit. You know what I mean? And I know it's the bigger goal, but I don't have a detailed situation for it yet. I just know what I need to do today and tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that goes into that 6 months to live. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and do this piece today because I got time to do it. Like, if we really did what we needed to do every day and not wait until tomorrow, like, imagine how much stuff we can get done. I still procrastinate, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, for instance, like, so we all have things that we can do today. And those same things, we'd be like, you know what, I'm going to do that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Why? And in most cases, the things that we push off into tomorrow are really going to take 10 minutes to do right now. If we think about it, it's only going to take me 10 minutes to send this email. Why not do it right now?
Yo, you know the reason why I was like, yo, he talking about me right now.
Hey, bro.
I was like, you
talk about everybody.
Yeah, for real. Like,
no, but the reason why the reason why I felt that so much is because I told Peasy, like, honestly, me and Peasy's been trying to get this podcast, like, get it started for a long time. We actually had a number of people lined up, but how many people said every time it was time, something happened or they canceled on us?
Bro, all the time. I mean,
so,
but that comes with the territory.
Yep, but then
Marty,
yeah.
Marty Locks.
So me and Marty, we just decided to, like, we're just gonna do it, and now we're doing it. People are actually seeing, like, the results. Now we're seeing it, and also recently I said I told Billionaire Josh that I'm gonna spend the next 6 months trying to really lock in, and he says, bro, if you're really gonna do this, I'm gonna be on you every single day. I'm gonna really annoy you.
Yeah.
This dude has called me he's like, did you go to the gym today? I'm like, bro, I just got up. He's like, you gotta go to work in 2 hours, right? I was like,
so yeah, how you gonna get your workout in?
Exactly. Hey, but
so don't ask Billionaire Josh. Remember that, bro. He gonna stand by it, bro.
He has been standing, but because, and I actually committed to it, and like this last week and a half, I actually been working out and actually been feeling great. And also, you know, I said I'm gonna spend 6 months saving money, not eating out, working on my finances, working on the podcast, music, creating content, and I've been locked in. And so I still procrastinate, but you're right, because there's like I had to make another video. I still didn't make it. It takes me 20 minutes to make it, huh? I'm gonna do that after this.
But I tell you what though, like, you gotta be intentional about the stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
Like, so you gotta put things into your life that's gonna remind you. Y'all ain't looking. You know what my license plate say, don't you?
Yeah.
What's that? A something.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Oh. Wow.
So whether or not I wake up at 4 a.m., I see the reminder every day when I walk to my car.
All right, so what time do you go to sleep?
It depends on what I got going on. My goal is to be asleep by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I never really make that though.
I see.
If I'm really on top of my game, I'm asleep by 10.
Okay.
Most times it's like 12, sometimes 1 o'clock. I've been up to 3, 4 o'clock before.
You're supposed to be up at 4?
I'm supposed to be up at 4. But that's just, sometimes my brain just don't allow me to, get that rest where I can, shut down.
Right there with you.
And so it takes things like working out. So you got to tire yourself out sometimes. But, like I said, like, you got to put things into your life that's going to remind you of what you want to do and what you want to be. That's why my people all the time, what's 4 a.m. stand for? I'm like, that's when the early bird catch the worm. My goal is to be up and out by 4:30 every day.
So that means you up at 3.
Hey, bro.
And you out at 4. Woo! Man, I got some serious.
The last time I was up at that, like, I was up when I was in the military. I was like,
it depends on how much you want it, man. Yeah. Like when you can appreciate what it feels like to get some work done at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like,
before the sun is up.
When I'm driving down 161, shout out Northside, grew up, born and raised all day every day. You know what I'm saying? When I'm driving down the street and ain't nobody else out there, like, I feel like I'm getting over on everybody.
That's so funny.
I'm getting over on everybody when I'm out there.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this interview with Kobe. He's like, all right, cool. Like, he's like, it's 24 hours in a day. And if I start working out from 4 to 6, he's like, I just worked out 4 to 6. Then I take an hour and a half break, eat, rest. Then I go back and work out 8 to 10. Then I take another break. Then I work out from 12 to 2 or 12 to 1. And I take another break. He's like, versus now, the person who gets up, the athlete who gets up at 6, works out, and then goes the rest of the day. Yeah. Right. And he's like, do you see? He's like, I just did more workouts than you, and I'm going to outperform you. I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
That's what that reminds me of.
It's true. And like, so that makes me think about another thing that, people don't understand about me. So even when I win at something, like you say, Mamba mentality, job's not done. Like, I know what it feels like to get a victory and celebrate the victory.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned to just appreciate the victories. I don't celebrate victories no more. Like they come and they go. Like you only as hot as your last song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you can you celebrate, like you appreciate the wins, but at the end of the day, like when I won this grant last week, people they like oh, like what you about to do? I'm about to go home.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm about to cook. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm about to go home.
Like
man.
what?
Yeah, people are expecting me to just be like doing backflips and stuff. Like I appreciate winning. But at the end of the day,
but you kind of like knew what was going to happen,
right?
Like so, you already celebrated in your mind,
right?
Then
You happy?
I'm right there with you.
The next morning, I was up cleaning toilets again.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Back to the grind. Like yo, this ain't over.
Right.
I still gotta get this.
Right.
Dang up and moving.
That's just a piece of the puzzle. You put it in a bag, and you gonna put the puzzle together later.
You know what I mean? Or actually, got to put it together today. All right, it's only gonna take you 10 minutes to tell it. We got host to it.
You're right, exactly.
Yo, have you thought about like using a whiteboard?
Man, there's a lot of things like that I need to do that I just can't translate it from my brain down to any kind of other surface. Like people, they say write it down all the time. I'm bad at that kind of stuff.
I writing it down. I have my whiteboard with my month. Like one thing Josh showed me, like billionaire Josh showed me that he said like he plans his whole week out.
I remember he was telling me that.
Like
too.
So, I started doing that, and it does help me out.
I'm sure it will help me too.
No, I'm just asking. So I mean,
yeah.
I just don't, bro. Like I feel like there's a part of me that thinks I can remember everything. You know what I mean?
Well, we're in the same boat,
man,
bro, but it's not true. It's not. You know
it's not. And like I'm bad with even putting stuff in my calendar on my phone.
All right, so I got better with that one.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
And I feel like that's why I work extra hard at getting it done today while I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if I get it done today, I don't have to worry about what's
remembering it because it's already done. Right. Hey, there's logic to that.
Yeah. So it's like I don't need to write it down because I'm gonna just do it now and
knock
just,
it out. You don't worry
yeah,
about it. That's tight, man.
But I need to do it. Obviously, I'm sure it will help. You know what I mean? But it's just one of them points that I ain't really made it to yet.
I heard that.
I feel you. So you you mentioned that you're staying active, right? And you're more active now. How was that during the pandemic? How did the pandemic affect you? Or did it not slow you down at all?
Pandemic really didn't stop like the cleaning company because in a lot of these office businesses, the buildings, it was like home health care, people still coming through. So I still had to go through every day and do that. If anything, the pandemic showed me what it looks like to have like the urgency that I got now. Like a lot of times when it was on lockdown, I would just go out and drive. Obviously, because I still had a reason. If I got in trouble, I'm like, yo, I'm just leaving work. You know what I mean? But I made it from Cleveland and Moores Road all the way to downtown and probably seen 4 cars. Ooh. That's a long distance to not see nobody.
During the pandemic?
During the pandemic, during the lockdown when we wasn't really supposed to be outside.
Yeah.
My man was still outside.
Very beginning.
But imagine driving down, starting around Moores Road on Cleveland Avenue, going all the way downtown.
That's a long stretch.
And seeing like 4 cars, man.
What?
Like, you talking about, you felt like the end of the world was here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, for me, the pandemic, what it did was, it made me think because during that time, we didn't have a reason to dream about anything. We didn't have a reason to want to achieve any goals because the world stopped. And honestly, there was a moment where it's like, yo, if this is it for the end of the world, I didn't get to do half the stuff I planned on doing.
Okay.
And so you let that sink in, like I'm never going to leave my mark on this world because we about to die from COVID.
Wow.
I'm never going to like be who I know that I am. And that's really what the pandemic did for me, man.
Wow.
It made me, it terrified me that I was never going to achieve and be who I know that I am.
So that's wild. So that's one thing where we actually are on opposite sides of the spectrum because it literally did the opposite.
Really?
I thought the entire thing was a joke.
Okay.
And the simple fact that I didn't even have to leave the house and I was making a retarded bank.
A lot of people was.
Like, yo, and I was like, bro, like, this is goofy, bro. Like, bro, this is laughable. Yeah, bro was eating, bro. I ain't gonna beat you, bro. Like, but, dang, that's crazy. I wish that, I don't want to say the roles were reversed, but I do wish that I could have seen your perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that would definitely help me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when everything's, like, back active. I mean, granted, yeah, we all get money, but there's always more to be had. You feel me?
For sure, man.
But, yeah, absolutely, man. Like,
yeah, so that was my perspective, though, man. It's like, yo, I ain't going to never be able to do half the stuff. Wow. So I felt like them dreams was about to die with everybody else. So.
Wow. But for real, though, people was dropping like flies.
They were, man.
It was kind of scary, but, like, and I'm not trying to, like, say that was a joke at all.
Yeah,
I mean, like, the actual...
Yeah.
The
situation that we're in.
I mean, because the reality is we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whether you were scared in that moment or not scared in that moment. Nobody had the answers.
Exactly.
And they still don't. And like, they still don't. People still get it, like...
we don't know nothing. About anything.
Literally. Like, but I ain't gonna get into it now. Yeah. We all got our own theories and stuff like that. So let's get back to the business. Go ahead, David.
Alright, now that after the grant, I know you say don't plan anything, but what are some strategies have you laid out, if you have, that will help you get to the next stage of where you're trying to go?
Or help your business grow and expand.
So there's this graph I just put together recently. So essentially it's a 3-circle graph, right? And so the first and smallest circle is circle number 1. And that circle represents like your inner circle, the people that's closest to you.
Okay.
And then the second circle, which is just bigger than the first circle, that's actually circle number 3. I'll tell you why in a minute. Even though that represents like a lot of your associates circle, that second circle.
Associates, right.
And so the third circle, which is the biggest circle, is actually circle number 2. And so really what this symbolizes is circle number 1, the smallest circle, right? Those are the people, the people that's closest to you that you know is going to support whatever you got going on. Okay? And the second largest circle, the one that's actually number 3, are the people like we was talking about before we started, the people that don't show love, even though you show love, right? They don't really support the way that they should support. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And so circle number 2, which is actually the biggest, are the people who don't know you. But show you love.
Show you love, bro. That's crazy. I was literally just talking about this with somebody like earlier this week. Like, what? Oh my god!
I had to show y'all the graph. That I actually made a graph of it because, and the reason I say this is that's my business model right now for everything. No matter whether it be the nonprofit, whether it be the T-shirts, whether it be anything that I'm doing, right? So, okay, I put something out. The people that's closest to me, they gonna support it, right? And then from the people that's closest to you, your focus should immediately go towards the people that don't know you. Because they're going to give you more love than your associates. And what happens is you go from the smallest circle to the biggest circle immediately. And once that biggest circle show you the love, they force the people who should have loved you to show their respect finally.
Wow.
And so why you gotta skip the second circle, man?
But why is it like that though? Why does it have to be like that? Why can't we just?
I mean, we're the same way.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of the same way,
bro.
When you think about it,
you got your immediate people that's gonna show you love. You skip all your associates. You don't worry about marketing to your associates. You go straight to the people that don't know you, and they force your people that kind of know of you, they force your associates. They all the time, bro. Like, it's your birthday. How many people really give you that birthday shout out that everybody be looking for?
Hey, this year,
you know
I ain't gonna lie.
But it's gonna be a lot of people. Like when you pop and blow for real, everybody that got the opportunity right now to give you that happy birthday post, because they get clout for knowing you. Your associates is gonna get clout for knowing you when you pop. And at that point, you don't care no more because you lived through y'all cats wouldn't give me no love.
Yeah.
But when the people that don't know you show the love, they force your associates to fall in line.
Wow. So what is this graph called?
Yeah. It's called, what is it? I think it's called Hustlenomics 101.
How do you like directly promote to those people who don't know you? Like, what is do you have a method?
Facebook, your paid ads, and
SEO.
Instagram. Yeah, SEO. It's just really, like, because obviously, like, you're marketing to your associates at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not focusing on them to the point to where you're expecting them to do anything. Because you can't not market to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you just do things with the mindset of, I'm not thinking about these associates doing what I hope they do. And so, you know, in a sense, really that graph is just really telling you to not think about the people that ain't showing you love like how they should be.
Right, woman.
And so really it's just your marketing, man, and it's just ignoring them for now until, you know, they show up later.
They get the popping for real.
Yeah,
like,
it makes you grind. It makes you grind.
Wow, man. Like, bro, I need to, man.
Do you think we did that?
Man, listen, bro. Like, I literally just uninstalled Instagram because I'm trying to do a cleanse, man.
Yeah, like it's
I'm gonna
just
reinstall this app so I can follow you,
Bro,
all right?
I'm
Like,
telling
I need to follow you, man.
Like
For real.
I'm telling you, you gotta focus on the people that don't know you, man, because they gonna show up before the people that do.
Bro, and that's the sad truth, man. Bro, why do you think that is?
That's what hello, I'm sitting here stuck.
And I'm gonna tell you this. Don't worry about it. I think about it too. Like, I got a mental note of everybody that don't support me. I do. I don't focus on it, but I know who don't support me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know who do. I know who support me heavy. But like, that's why I said, like, Wale, he be going off when people do interviews on him. But it's like, I feel the same. I'm like the Wale of Columbus. Like, I've been in these streets for a long time. I got a t-shirt company. My t-shirts is hotter than a whole lot of people. I done seen people come, I done seen people go.
Okay.
But like
you do like prints and stuff like that?
oh man, I do it all.
Listen, man, he got
we're gonna have a conversation.
Listen, he's the one who
I'm not even playing.
When it comes to my brand and my shirts, you see up there.
Yeah.
Guess who taught me where I got my game from? Flippin Murph.
Flippin Murph. Oh man.
Look, man.
That was a tough one.
But you gotta, I don't know, man. Like I said, I know the people that don't support me. You see them supporting everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta kind of just ignore it and just keep going, man. It's hard to do. I'll be mad. I'll be lying if I didn't say I don't be in my feelings about it.
Right.
But, you know, at the end of the day, just, it is what it is, and I'm going to keep it. If can't nobody stop you, they not going to stop you either. It's just, we ain't what I thought we was, and that's okay.
Oh, yeah. We never was either, and it sucks, bro. Like, yeah, man, I'm right there with you, bro. Yeah. I am.
You know what another thing you remind me of? I remember we were talking one day, and when I first started, he was like, I'm going to show you, he said, I'm going to show you everything I can, but you eventually got to stand on your own. And he said, and the last thing he told me, right, he was like, you're not going to make sales, but if you get one person to buy your shirt, you won. I was like, what? Just one shirt? I didn't, at the time, he was already there. At the time, I was trying to see it, but I couldn't until when I actually got the product, got everything finished. I'm like, yo, why am I not, he's like, and then I was like, yo, this is not it. He's like, remember when I told you, he's like, we're focused on your first sale. And I was like, all right, cool. I focused on getting my first sale. Got that first sale. Yo, I was like, yo. Then I went, and then after I got that first sale, I went and got another one. And got another one. And then I was trying to get, I was like, I didn't get as much as I bought. I made. I didn't sell as much. But I came back to him. He's like, did you get, I was like, how many shirts? He said, I was like, oh, I ain't no cap. I sold 10 shirts. Wow. And I had, I bought them in bulk, so I had 35 shirts. But I flipped them. And he's like, out of those 10, what did you do to those 10 to get? I was like, oh. And I was like this whole time he's like, and then he said, when he first started, he's like, I was trying to teach you something, but you weren't ready because you have to go through it. Now I can teach you the next lesson.
I mean, because one of my favorite things, if I see something in my mind, like, and I create that, you win. So the whole purpose behind you, if you create something that you see in your mind and you sell one of those things, you won. How many people ain't did that?
Wow.
You know, so you win. Whether, you know, you sell 1,000 of them or not, you sold one. There's somebody walking around, whether it's your homeboy or not. It's somebody walking around with something you seen in your head. And like that's huge. We don't get that enough credit. You know what I mean?
Man,
like,
wow.
I see people all the time like wearing some of my shirts, people I don't know. And then I walk up on them like, that's a sweet shirt. You know, they be like, oh, thank you. I'll be like, going about my business. I don't spend time telling them, oh, I made, like, no, I want you to go get another one. Like, so if I see somebody random, like, yo, that shirt is dope.
I'm not gonna lie, you know what I be doing? I be seeing people with your shirts on, I'll be like, that's a dope shirt. You're like, oh yeah. I was like, where'd you get that? I was like, my brother made that shirt. You're like, what? I was like, yeah, my older brother made that shirt. He's like, and he was like, he's like, is he gonna make more? I was like, you can go get him at Tuttle and Easton. And he's like, oh,
snap. So it's just, if you see
every
something
time I
in
see
your
someone
mind
with your shirt,
and you create what you see in your mind and put it out there, you win. We don't see it as a victory until, you know, you done made $10, $20, $30,000. But if you did it one time, you should be happy about that.
Yeah.
You know?
Man. Wow, that really just gave me like a whole lot of perspective, man. Like, because I've literally been dealing with the same thing, like, for real. Like, you know, I'm like, dang, bro, my beats is hotter than these cats, bro. Like, that, bro, I also make these necklaces. Shout out to 2 Balance, by the way. Give them a follow on Instagram.
Yo, that's 2 Balance on
TWO_BALANCE. Okay. So basically, yeah, like, but I mean, that's the thing, I've been getting these necklaces off, man, and they fire. I'm like, man, like, but I need more volume. I need more volume. I need more. And just like, now looking back, like, dang, bro, I actually got sold a bunch.
Yeah.
And I didn't even take time to appreciate those small victories.
That's huge, man.
Yeah, go on.
It came from nothing. It came from you figuring it out and putting it out there.
And now it is. Now we got free promotion. You know what I'm saying?
That's huge, man.
That is, bro.
Huge,
wow. Man. Wow. Thank you for that, man. For real, man. I need you to listen to this podcast. It's one for me, all right? So you got another question for my guy? Yeah, I got another question for him. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, this has kind of been given, but I still want to know your take on it. So, have you considered using social media to help as a marketing tool to grow the business?
So, social media is always going to have its space.
Yeah.
Its space and its place, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I said, I'm pushing 40.
Hurt.
And so, like, before Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff, like, I remember when Facebook was just for college students.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I enrolled into Columbus State just for the email, just so I could get into Facebook when I was young. Because you had to have a college email to create a profile. But like, so these tools have their place in what you're doing. The scary thing about it for me is they could take it away at any moment. Like, you know, we know what shadow banning, we know we done heard all this stuff. Like, at any given moment, these platforms that you build your brand on so heavily, it could be snatched away just like that.
Wow.
And so they have their place, but they not the end all be all. Like, you gotta know what you're doing when it comes to, you know, communicating with people outside of that. Back in the day, when in the fashion industry, they called them street teams. I'm sure y'all heard of that.
All right. So
you know what I mean? So
riddle me this. All right.
Go ahead.
What is your favorite way to promote whatever businesses you have? What's your favorite?
My favorite way would be probably talking to people about it.
Word of mouth. I knew he was going to say that.
There's
nothing like it. It's far more organic that way.
It's nothing like it. Because you can transfer your passion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
They can see it on you.
They can see it on you. Like, so it's word of mouth is just...
It's just the way, for real.
Yeah.
Like, you might be one at a time.
Yeah.
But, like, you can really make a lasting impression versus, you know, trying to flex on the gram. Like, hey, I got it like this.
Yeah.
You know, they
but,
can actually see.
Instagram is a knockoff of word of mouth if you really think about it.
Yeah. True.
It can spread faster. That's really the only benefit. You know what I mean?
I feel like, honestly, like, it's Instagram in a lot of cases is like smoke and mirrors, man. You're only allowed to see a side of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, like they're able to shine light on certain things, but not the whole picture. Versus when they see you in person, like, hey, bro, I don't remember you looking like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And Instagram only allows you
the highlights.
They not even necessarily the highlights. They don't give you time to communicate. Mm-hmm. Like the reels now, you got what, a minute?
Yeah, minute.
You know what I'm saying?
3 minutes.
So, how much are you not saying to fit what you trying to say in the minute?
So that's why you got to create more content.
You got to create more content. But then when you start creating that content and it ain't getting the numbers you thinking it's gonna get,
discouraged.
It hits you right in the heart.
Boy.
So like, Instagram is cool, but it's nothing gonna be like setting up a booth at a local market. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And talking to the people. Like, those things are always gonna be valuable, man.
Wow.
I think in combination.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth definitely, but also we can't discredit though, because this is where we're heading though. It's technology.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, the reason what I did was how I've been recently promoting is like I went and got a whole certificate just to learn about search engine optimization.
Yeah, look, search engine optimization is completely different.
And it was also it included social engine optimization also, but it also created had digital marketing strategies as well too. And so how to best, you know, it shows you if you're gonna market a song, like how you should start 20 days out. And
I mean, it's
social media.
Social media is a tool in your tool belt. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from printing T-shirts and stuff. So there are 5 ways to create a T-shirt. You got your traditional screen printing.
DTG screen.
You got DTG, which is essentially a printer printing on fabric.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got sublimation.
Yeah.
You got transfers.
Heat transfer.
Yeah. So you got that I just named off 4 ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need all 4 of them in their appropriate time. Social media, you need social media in its appropriate time. But you can literally, like, screen printing T-shirts are good for bulk. But if you really want a shirt that got 20 colors in it, you don't want to do screen printing. You know what I'm saying? So that's social media is a tool in the tool belt. It can't be the only tool in the tool belt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna show up to build a house with just a hammer.
You're gonna have a hard time.
You're gonna wonder why these walls ain't getting built. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tool, but it's just one of the tools in the tool belt, man.
I heard that, man. For real. That was gems right there. Right. I appreciate that, my guy. For real. Hey, what else you got for my guy, David?
I wanted to go more into like more into Dad's Trippin, and like can you give us like more. I know you explained it already, but I just wanted like a little bit more details. What do you plan on doing that? Like break it down, like.
So I'll tell you more about.
Besides this, this is resources for dads.
I'll tell you about the resources specifically. So resources. The problem with resources is they often come when it's too late. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, I'm going to show you financial freedom, like that's a buzzword. Like I hate when people use the word entrepreneur because that's a buzzword.
Dude, break down buzzword, like what you mean.
It's cool to say.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like a hot take.
Yeah, people say it and it ain't no substance behind it.
Oh, I see.
It's like a marketing ploy. So you got people, you can find somebody to say, I'm going to show you how to be financially free. You can find them a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But at the surface of it, they ain't really giving you no substance.
Yeah, they literally just kind of keeping it gray.
Keeping it gray.
Yeah.
And you paying for somebody to keep it gray.
When you need black and white. Okay, bro, how did you do this step right here, bro? I keep missing it. I'm right, bro.
But they're purposely keeping it gray so that they can keep making money off of you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
And so like my intention.
Pyramid schemes?
Yeah, my intention with helping the dad learn financial freedom is to really give these people the keys. Nobody is given the keys. It's the same way if you got a tax guy. Tax people, CPAs, they're only interested, not all of them, but 90% of them are only interested in doing your taxes. And that's it. You don't have your tax person hitting you all year. Like, yo, what was this? And you know what? Let me figure out how you can write all of this stuff in the studio off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's being proactive. They just like, well, bring me your papers at the end of the year. And, I'm going to do your taxes. Ain't nobody really benefiting us by just doing this stuff. And so you got financial freedom is something that I'm really going to teach. I'm not financially free. And so with that alone, I'm going to find somebody who really going to give what needs to be, given. So you got financial freedom. I'm going to have somebody doing resume building. So to me, that's part of financial freedom.
Oh, wow.
Get your resume right. Have a professional get your resume right. Because think about it. A lot of y'all done did y'all's own thing, entrepreneur thing, right? But have you translated that on paper? What kind of job could you get if you really put the things that you've learned how to do on your own?
Yo, I thought about that too, and that's crazy, yo, because I was about to get this ridiculous position at Amazon, bro, just because I was an entrepreneur and I had it on paper. But that was like 5 years ago. Like, bro. Ever since like I got up on my own, I ain't looked back.
But think about it though. And it's cool to be on your own, doing your own thing.
Yeah.
But if you put that on paper and you needed to go do it, like, let me go find something real quick because whatever happened.
Yeah.
Imagine what type of job you could get if somebody really looked at what you did in your life and really put that into words that a company is going to understand.
Wow.
That's going to lead to your financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? At least a better financial situation. But we don't know how to write resumes.
See, I agree with you because I had like my mentor at the bank, like who helped me get my current position. He was at my last bank. He was like, yeah, let me see your resume because I was probably like we were like three of the. You know what I mean? So, and he was like, yeah, I'm about to get you out of here. I was like, cool, but I had experience because I had multiple experience working with banks, but I just never. I didn't understand how to properly translate it. I just said credit card.
We put down what
he broke it down though. He broke down the process. He said in processing of credit application, and like he used it. And as soon as I did that, the next job I was just like, he's like, yeah, man. I was like, there's a level to this.
No, so it's real. So if you had a proper, sheet that had really who you were on that sheet that reflect who you really are, you would probably get a better job. And that's going towards your financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? Another part of it is insurance. I hate insurance.
Yeah.
I hate every form of insurance, whether it's home insurance, car insurance, life insurance. I hate dental insurance, health. I hate insurance. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with you.
100%.
100%.
But we got to have it.
Yep.
We got to have it. And a lot of the time, not having the understanding of how to use insurance sets us back too. I got one of my guys, the guy who whose diaper party it was. He has his own insurance company. He does all kinds of insurance. Like, he sat down with me over 2 days for 6 hours just explaining to me like the importance. I was getting my son an insurance policy. And like these insurance policies that my son has now, like when he's 16, 17, he'll be able to pull cash from that and go buy a car. If he wait till 22, 25, 26, he'll have enough for a down payment on a home.
You talking about the IRA joint?
No, it's just I don't want to say the term because I can't remember the term.
Yeah.
But they're built into these insurance policies that allow you to do that over time.
I think Waka Flock was talking about like
like $1 million in a
term
life insurance policy, then it'll double down on you, and you just use the money you made and keep the initial payment in there.
And if you kick the bucket, your family got murdered.
Cashed out. straight. I'm like, yo, that's genius. Let me get $1 million.
Right. But the thing also too is we don't really know. The earlier you get a life insurance policy on yourself,
the cheaper it is,
and the more money you're gonna get. But we don't understand why we need to keep it because you know, you robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's an old school term.
Yeah.
We cut that insurance policy out because we need that $30 to go do something else.
Yeah, we're focused on what we can do today,
right?
Versus down the road,
right? And so insurance has a role to play in financial freedom. You know what I mean? So all of these things combined within the dad's Trippin, the resources that's going to be given to the dad are a real thing. And another one, like housing. Like, I'm one test away from having my real estate license right now. Wow. I done took the class. I done passed one. You got to pass the local and the national. I got to finish the national portion. And so we know Section 8 is a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Section 8. The people in my family that had Section 8. Section 8 helping a lot of people. But how many men you know was on Section 8?
None.
But how many you think needed?
Everyone, like
pretty much is.
Like homelessness.
I can use
like
everybody can.
The highest statistic for homeless people is men.
Bro, but we don't get the help. And so whether it comes in the form of a Section 8 type of situation or just like some special housing for men that got a couple of kids, like these are the things that Dad's Trippin is going to be focused on. So it's not all about having fun, but it's a big element to it. But it's about really doing real stuff that people need and being real about it, because people just ain't real about the things that they offer, man. They about making money first.
Yeah.
Hey, Columbus, we gotta protect this man.
Yo, bro, at all costs.
At all costs. Columbus, Ohio, we gotta
costs.
protect this man at all.
Okay, for real, man, because that's a beautiful thing, man. It really is, bro. Like, and I'm super excited, like, for you.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's great.
It's a journey, man. One day at a time.
Every time we link up, man, every time I think I got some, like, there's something I can't learn from you, you teach me something else, man.
I just be chilling, man.
I hate that. Ever since I met him, man, I just be chilling, man.
That's all in my own lane, man. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
I just be chilling, man. Like, what's up, big bro? I'm just chilling, man.
Alright, so can you break down Dad's Trippin for me? So how did you come
We
with
just
that
did.
name? I like the name. Like, is that
Oh,
like
the
an
name.
acronym?
So it's because it's funny. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
Okay.
Dad's Trippin. Most people, when they first hear it, people say Dad's is tripping all the time because we not heard and we be hollering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so it serves two purposes. It serves the purpose because it's funny, but then like it's exactly what it is. Like dads taking trips with their kids around. You know, so that it's just silly.
Oh, okay.
It's
catchy.
It's silly, catchy, and it makes some sense when you think about it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And so we not tripping. Like, we tripping because we want to be respected, but you know, we dads taking trips with our kids at the same time.
Man, I can't, like, how do you join? Like, is it set up? Or, because I never got to take trips with my father. You know what I mean? To this day, I don't know this man. So, but now I got my son, and I made a promise to myself that I'm going to be there for my son. Yeah. And I'm going to take trips with my son. You know what I mean?
I'm going to be rolling out more information on it. Like, especially since I just got this grant last week, I'm getting all the paperwork official now. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really just trying to make sure I have all the paperwork behind it that needs to be there, because, like, I ain't really told nobody this, but in my head, I see Dad's Trippin also as a financial institution. I don't know if that means it's going to be a bank later. Like, I don't know what it means. You know, I want it to be a whole lot. I want it to be a holding company that has property. So I don't know what it means yet, but I know that the paperwork needs to be behind it for the future. And so it's on the slow rollout right now. But I had the first trip scheduled, and I had the charter bus and everything, but they doubled the price on it after gas went up and everything.
Oh, and the pandemic.
And so it made it too expensive. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta recalculate, and I'm gonna just do something here locally. And so right now, probably within this next week, I'm gonna plan something here locally that's gonna be a lot cheaper. So,
wow.
I was gonna say, I don't want to say Magic Mountain, but like, have you thought about doing something that's kind of like fun and inspirational, like sort of like the museum or something? I don't know. I'm just throwing.
It's gonna be a little bit of everything, man.
Yeah,
we got a lot of places around the city that we can go. Too many times as dads, we don't really put the thought process in it. Let me go have fun. Where can I go have fun? Even though it's just a Google away. But like, it's cool because I got y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna plan it. Just come on. You know
Scene 75, like man.
Scene 75 is huge, man.
I went to Scene 75 for the first time, and my son had a ball. Like he was like we were, like he was over here, he was over there, like he was on trying to catch ticket, man. My man was getting tickets.
That's what we gonna do, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's a beautiful thing, yo. You know?
Yeah, man.
Like, so what? We got another question for my guy. My guy, Flippin Brian.
Now on the side, Flippin Murph. So like, on the financial side, you know, which I know you said you don't want dad's tripping, but what are some financial strategies or tips that you've been using? Are you invested in cryptocurrency? Do you have any stocks, or can you break down like any of your portfolio? Like, you don't gotta go into too much detail.
So when it comes, stocks is a hard thing for me.
Okay.
I have some.
You're not the only one. For a lot of people.
Yeah, I like stocks that just stick out to me in my own gut. You know what I mean? Like, there are those stocks that where we know it's gonna be around. You say your Apple, you know what I mean? Those types of things that are cool. A lot of us don't have the money to just buy a whole one. Then you got to buy fractions of this stuff. Like, oh, I own, you know, a portion of Apple, but you can't afford a whole portion, you know, a whole share. So stocks are hard for me. Probably my favorite one is Carvana.
Carvana?
Yeah, you know, like they got the online
vending machine, basically, yeah.
Yo, their stocks is over $250 right now. I got that joint when they was $19.
Oh, I know
that.
I know that's right.
But it was no like reason behind me even looking into the company at the time. It was just something that I liked. I'm like, yo, they got vending machine for cars.
Crazy.
Let me get some of these. I didn't like, and so a lot of times when it comes to stock, like that, I just look for stuff that's cool to me. You know what I'm saying? And I happen to win on the backside. You know what I mean? So I don't have a bunch of stock, man. Like Carvana is just one of them. Cryptocurrency. I'm still learning about cryptocurrency. I do have some cryptocurrency.
Me too. I got some.
XRP.
Yeah.
What else?
Getting on my nerves.
Bro, I had Dogecoin back in 2018.
Woo! You get that?
Did you get it?
I didn't.
Oh,
I got it out when it was .0002. That joint jumped to like. At first it jumped to like 10 cents, bro. I was rolling in the dough. Okay.
I'm sure.
All right, I had so many shares, bro. I was too geek on that.
Bro, look, man, I had it back in 2018. When me and my boys was just like learning about crypto, and like we was just clowning with it. We was like, yo, let's get 40-50 million of these things. It had crazy zeros, right?
Yeah.
And so we did that. We was just buying them for like a week. We had crazy amounts, and then we was like, all right, let's see what else is real about cryptocurrency. And we sold it, you know, not thinking about it. You know what I mean? And then imagine 3 years later, we was like, wait a minute. Because we didn't look at cryptocurrency since like 2018. We was like, okay, let's figure it out. But then it left our minds. We didn't think about it no more. But then it popped up and we was like, yo.
If you would have kept them
like,
shares. Bro.
I wish I would have just forgot about it. You know?
Because you'd have been up, bro.
I'm talking, we had, between the four of us who was talking about it at that time, we had hundreds of millions of Dogecoin, like between all of us. But it was just funny, and we was like, all right, it was like $30 though. Imagine that, $30 worth.
At like a fraction of a penny.
Bro, $30 worth got you like millions of them.
Bro, for real.
But $30, that ain't gonna do nothing. Let me get my little $30. We probably bought some food or something. So, you know, so, but anyway, cryptocurrency, I got some now. It's funny because I got what is it? Dog Elon Mars, which is the ticker is Elon, and so it's a meme coin, but it got some substance behind it, which is funny, because it's based around people trying to go to Mars. I'm not trying to go to Mars, but if you think about the way some of these billionaires is moving, they really try to go.
For real.
And it's crazy. So I'm like, all right, let me get some of that. So I got that, and it's this other token called Cat Girl token. That's centered around like anime. and NFTs and stuff like that. And so they got their own ecosystem. So I'm like, people crazy about anime. So let me get some of those.
It might bust. Anime is definitely like raising in trend. It is going crazy. So
and so I got some of those.
You got some educated guesses there.
Yeah, so if they do something, they do something. But I plan on forgetting about these. Like I should have forgot about the last one. And, who knows?
Any one of these could pop up. So I'm like, shoot, man, should I just like water all these plants and just like plant all these seeds and just forget about them?
Just forget about them. You got NFTs that's not about to be nothing, which is artwork that don't have no substance behind it, right? And then you got artwork that guarantees you something.
Like,
so you got
an example.
So okay, like he's talking about, Nas just recently did this, right, with his latest album. So what he did was, I can't remember what he put out, 2 songs. I can't remember the titles of these songs, but he made a portion of the royalties available. So you buy the NFT, which is a picture of his album cover, but if you spent $10,000 on that NFT, you got 1% of the royalties from that particular song.
Oh, snap.
And you get that 1% as long as you got that NFT. Yeah.
In perpetuity.
Yeah.
See, I saw Nas do that, and I was like, that's exactly what.
So wait, he eats off of y'all, then y'all eat off of him.
Yeah, it's a symbiotic.
So that's
relationship.
the difference between an NFT that means something and just a regular picture. Like you got artists drawing pictures and they're selling NFTs. That's cool, but like the NFT that has a smart contract on it that guarantees you something.
That's what
it's a game changer. So essentially, you need to be looking into it because of music. Regardless.
That just blew my mind.
Yeah. Like, so for me, I got a children's book that me and my son wrote, right? And I don't want to put it out to a publisher. I see your brain working. You
see the gears spinning word.
Yeah. So I got a children's book that we wrote, right? And so now I have to find somebody to illustrate it for me. But what I want to do is I want to turn it into an NFT, the book, whether it be the front page of the book, the whole book, or like pictures from inside the book. Yeah. Right. And so what I want to do is put them in NFT form, sell the NFTs, but attach a smart contract to it, which guarantees royalties from the book sales. So it's essentially the new way of crowdfunding if you pull it off.
If you pull it, yep. And also now, imagine this. Now imagine being an independent artist, having an NFT with a smart contract, and you own your masters and your publishing.
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, so basically NFTs, right? And with the smart contracts, how you get the royalty with the 1%. Right now, and a lot of labels are doing this. They're starting to do like having their artists release NFTs for their projects. But guess what though? The label owns the majority of the NFT.
Yeah, so they're trying to get on.
But now imagine if you're an independent artist like me and you. Yeah. We're able to pull that off with the NFT and a smart contract.
Without the label.
But now you and I, we not only own our masters and our publishing, so we're not only eating off our masters and our publishing, right, for in perpetuity, but we're also eating off the smart contract from the NFT, bro.
Oh wow.
Let me ask you this question. Let's say you make a song that you know is about to pop, right?
Yeah, which I do.
Okay, so we're gonna take that song, right? Yeah. Let's say you broke it down into percentages. Okay, so let's say you're willing to give up 10% ownership of this song, right?
To your fans.
Like in total.
In total, okay. 10% in total, right? And let's say 5 people can get the opportunity to own a full percent. And then you take the other 5% that's left and break it down in smaller pieces, right? So I said Nas, the highest amount that he was charging for his NFT, $10,000.
Per percent.
Per percent.
So that times 10 is basically 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, what could you do selling that type of like percentage as far as fueling like your own independent work life?
Yo,
you don't need the industry giving you no money.
Yo, the people gonna do it if they rock with you.
If they rock with you, they gonna be like, yo, let me get this NFT, and they pay. You can put whatever dollar amount you want on it. You know what I mean? So if you could break it down, even as like one thing I learned about business, there's no how-to guide on business. Like, there's no way to negotiate a contract. Because if you think about negotiating a contract, it's whatever makes you happy and the other person happy. So there's no right way to do it. And if you understand that, you can literally do what you want to do.
So NFTs is basically like you turning your artwork into stock.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But it's on the blockchain.
Like on a blockchain. Man, we're gonna have to.
You don't have to do. Don't do it with the blockchain.
We're gonna do that later.
You right. You turn it your independent work into stocks that people can buy and purchase, and it's going to allow you to fuel whatever you're trying to fuel.
Yep. Wow. So that's why I've been trying to build like the podcast. That's why I'm trying to. And now get this right. You see how we're doing the podcast, right? And let's say we like, because you make my music or we make you song, and that song blows, right? What we can do is, because we own the content for our podcast. What we can do also, we can turn clips. Like you see how he dropped gems. So what I can do is I was like, yo, we can. You and I, three of us, we can say, hey, Brian, let's do an NFT for this clip of the podcast, and then create a smart contract. And then for the people who own this part of the podcast, they get this. You can also tie it into your views on YouTube and everything. It's crazy.
And it could be as simple as if somebody buy an NFT, they get like exclusive merch from you.
Yeah.
So it don't have to be they get anything.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
But if you decide to, chip in,
right.
You know what I'm saying? You get
something.
This.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little fruit basket or something.
And so like I say, like there's no way to run any of this stuff. You can do whatever you want to do. And like when you're doing business negotiations with people, you just put something out to get a yes, to get an agreement. You don't have to give us. You can split up 5% of your royalty, and you can break it down to however little increments you want to. Like it don't matter. You can do whatever you want to do, man.
It's a game changer.
It is. You got to dig into that, man. And
bro,
so for me with this book situation, it's going. If I pull it off the way that I see it in my mind, it's going to allow me to go around like publishers. I'll be able to get the money from this NFT sale to go completely independent and just not have to worry about
publish
nobody.
your own joint,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
end up opening your own publisher.
All the royalties straight to you.
Yeah.
That's
you got to look into that, man.
Wow.
And it's
I've been trying to tell him, bro.
I've
been trying to tell you.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's never been explained to me in that way before. Like, you can like talk to someone and try to explain something,
right.
but like it won't land. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, 90% of people not doing it that way. They not doing smart contracts and stuff. You can go online to find people that's going to create. Oh, we're going to create NFTs for you. We'll give you 10,000 different pictures that you can sell. No substance behind it. And so right now, it's a good time to get involved because those projects with no substance, they're going to fall off soon. And so while you're learning about it now and really putting a solid contract and a solid project together, like you can win even right now. Because when those 90% fall off, the 10% gonna be the ones left.
Man, bro, we've been saying this about the music industry too. Like, pretty soon all this trash that's going on, bro, that's gonna fall off, bro. And the real, that 10% of the real, is gonna be at the top, bro. So now's the time to get ahead of it. And because they really leaving room for us, bro. That's
they are.
Crazy. And a lot of people don't see it that way, but man, just what I'm saying, stay real, stay true to yourself, all right?
Yeah.
My gosh, man, this is an amazing episode.
Yo, you see why I had to get him in here, bro?
I see why.
Like I've been trying to, like,
you know what I'm saying?
He's so busy though. I've been trying to like every time, like, it's like, yo, you scheduled? He's like, we schedule it. Psh, oh, I missed. He's like, can we schedule now? Psh, no, I missed.
I ain't hard to find, man. You just gotta give me a day and be solid about it, man.
You're okay, man. Like, yo, man, we would definitely love to have you back. You know what I'm saying? Another day, man. Sometime in the future, you know.
Definitely we definitely got to hear, like, when you get Dad's Trippin going. Gotta invite you back.
We're gonna have to, chime in on that. See how that's going, man. I think that's a beautiful thing. What you're doing is amazing, yo. Bro, thank you so much, bro.
Hey, man, we out here, man.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yo, but on that note, we're gonna wrap up, yo. All right, so
this has been another episode of Straight Spitters with your boy David Reckless,
Marty Locks, and
Flippin Murph.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Stay safe.
Stay dangerous.
Stay reckless.